All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming in today. For those the chosen for showing up, many were called, for few were chosen, as I like to say. So you are the chosen people. Thank you for joining us for this great webinar. I've got my very good friend Simon Dadia here, and many of you may know Simon, maybe you don't. And if you don't, you are meeting a real man of SEO legend. He's come out with some amazing tools over the years, and I've always loved the work that he's done. And this was the first time that I'd seen him with short hair, because prior to this, he had Jesus hair, and it was quite impressive. And it was great. So when I met with him last week, I was like, "Oh my gosh, Simon, what did you do? You cut all your hair off, man! I can't believe it." It was good. So it was great seeing Simon again. Simon's always up to something. This dude is always on fire. He's creating great tools and ways to really automate businesses and take, your businesses to, a better place, opening up more doors, allowing you and your your clients, controlling your client properties. But if you have VAs and you have people working in your business, and people are doing work for you, his tools are awesome because they really free up your time and they automate so many different processes. So I'm going to hand this over before I go back off topic and start talking about hair and all sorts of wonderful things. I'm going to hand this over to Simon, and Simon, you should have full control. If you need anything at all, just let me know.
Excellent. How you doing, guys? All right, so let me share my screen. I've got a little presentation here to make it a little bit easier for everyone instead of just listening and looking at me. Should I can't, it looks like I can't share the screen with the setup over here. It's telling me that it's disabled the share screen share.
I just made you host, so you should.
Oh, there you go. Okay, cool. All right. Let's just do that. Okay, here we are. Can you see my screen? Can I, is there a chat here I can see? Yeah. Can I get a 1 if someone can see? Can you see my screen, Michael? Anyone out there can, before I get going?
Yeah, absolutely.
Presentation?
Yep, we got it. We got it. It's great.
Okay, awesome. So Chameleon Mode is the software. I don't know if any of you have heard of it or know much about me. I'm obviously not well known at all, so I should probably just explain a little bit about who we are and the company and how we got to where we are today. And that's what we're going to be discussing. We're going to be looking a little bit just to go over an overview of how we got to where we are today. And then we're going to jump straight into the new platform and go over the features and how it all works. So the story is, it started about 6 years ago with this little project that we've got here as Browsio. So to get to that, there's a long backstory, my backstory. I'm not going to bore you with a half-hour story of who I am, but I started out in corporate England as a recruitment officer. I was a headhunter for the IT industry, and I was really good at that, which is full circle how we've got our CTO here, because he was actually someone that I had originally recruited about 21 years ago, and we've come full circle because of his skills and how perfect they are with the software that we're working with, so Windows-based software. So he happened to be the perfect person for the job. So we've put together a team of, I'm the CEO, founder, creator of Chameleon Mode, which is the software that we're talking about today, from Browsio. The way that it came about, it's very interesting to know. I'm sure you all have the same sort of struggles with whether or not you're doing affiliate SEO, or you're an agency owner, or you're doing client SEO for a handful of people, whatever it is. I think it was probably about, I'm trying to think of what to take out, because it's such a long story and I don't want to bore you guys with the whole how I got to this stage. But to cut a long story short, I got married. I got out of doing I got out of doing headhunting, advertising type work online. And while I was getting married, I was dabbling. I've been involved in online marketing and internet-based marketing for about 7 or 8 years before then. I was working for a company. We had this online educational capsule. We were marketing via email to pharmaceuticals. We developed this system, and it was doing really, really well. We then moved on to other online platforms, and while I was getting married, I realized that we were organizing our wedding, and there was this so many parts of the organization of the parts and things that were needed that it was just too disjointed. It was very complicated. We didn't know. I was getting very frustrated with the providers and whoever it was. So I came up with an idea. It wasn't the best of ideas, but it got me to the stage of where I needed to be. I built this website called Organize an Event, and it was a site that was sort of like a WordPress for event organizers. It wasn't very scalable. My friend, who was an affiliate marketer for years beforehand, was sort of telling me this is not really the way to do it. This is not the you're going to have to be on the phones and pitching, and it's not just SEO. And I understood that, but I was coming from not just an SEO background. I was coming from an internet marketing background, and we were selling to health services. We were doing all of these, online. We had call centers where we were pitching these directories. Like 20 years ago, you were able to sell directories, and these directories were ranking without really doing much SEO. So it was working. And I came from the mindset of directories and sort of blogs. And that's where we went with this site called Organize an Event. Quickly got into selling these profiles for providers. They were anything to do with weddings, they were wedding organizers, they were halls, they were caterers, all that kind of stuff. And we started doing a nice amount of sales, but it was a lot of work because I was on the phone and I was managing a team of people pitching, and I was doing the SEO, and I was starting to realize this is a little bit of I'm juggling a lot of things here at once. So I found myself at a crossroads, because I had just left my job where I was working, and I just jumped straight into this. I said, right, we're launching, we're going to go. I'm jumping straight in. I just left my job, and we started with this Organize an Event. We were ranking for a lot of different areas, but then things started to sort of come apart a little bit. It was my first official SEO related site only, but we had the wrong formula, and before you know it, it just sort of fell apart. And I found myself in a situation, my first year of marriage, where I was unemployed, and I had this company, and I'd left my job, and I thought I knew what I was doing. I really didn't know what I was doing. Cut a long story short, I got a little bit more into SEO. I started blogging about e-cigarettes, and it was really new at the time. Started blogging about e-cigarettes because prior to that we were doing a little bit of pay-per-click. I was just getting into affiliate marketing. My good friend, who was convincing me the whole time I was doing I had the wrong model, got me into, he had a network at the time, got me into a few networks, and I started understanding a little bit about how it all works. Still love affiliate marketing. It is probably the best way to make money online. Not the quickest, but the best, unless you have your own products and services that you're selling, of course. So I was doing e-cigarettes back then, where we were allowed to do pay-per-click. I don't know if anyone remembers that. They were doing you were allowed to do pay-per-click on Google about nearly 20 years ago, a little bit less than that, 15 years ago, I think it was. And then we moved on to MSN. I did MSN pay-per-click right as I was getting into all of this affiliate marketing, and it was right about then, it's about 12, 14 years ago. That's when it all turned off in terms of pay-per-click. And the first couple of months of getting into affiliate marketing, I was doing 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, and I was completely motivated. And then all of a sudden, Google stopped allowing pay-per-click, and then Bing stopped allowing pay-per-click. And again, I'm realizing I'm paddling uphill, but thank goodness I had a lot of success in selling pay-per-click. And I realized very focused buyers out there, and I wasn't going to leave that money on the table. So I started blogging. That's when I got into blogging after the pay-per-click. And I remember that getting into the pay-per-click was one of the most rewarding things I ever did. Just that first sale that I ever got, it was amazing. But to fast forward, I got into blogging. I didn't know what I was doing. And the most important thing, I think, is taking action. It still is the case. You still have to know what you're doing. But I didn't know what I was doing. And I just started this e-cigarette website. And I didn't know I was writing. I didn't even know what blogging was. I was unemployed. I was spending all my money on courses, learning whatever it was that I could possibly learn about SEO and changing it around because things weren't working. And I was pumping everything, all the courses, all of the ideas into this e-cigarette website. And my friend was getting married and he wanted to go to Amsterdam for a stag do. And I couldn't make it because I just couldn't make it. I was unemployed. I was working on this and I didn't have the mind. So he said, come out, don't worry about it. I came out, paid for everything. I remember I was sitting in the hotel and I checked my stats the night before and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I did an extra 2 sales today. So I thought to myself, okay, very good. I go to sleep. I wake up in the morning and there's $1,000 in my affiliate account. I said, there's got to be a problem here. I call up my friend who happened to be the network owner and he's like, what the hell happened? I said, I have no idea. There's $1,000 in my account. And I checked my rankings. I was like, boom, #1 for the term electronic cigarette starter kit. And like #8 for the term electric cigarette and page 2 for electronic cigarette. And from that day on, we did between $1,000 to $2,500 a day in e-cigarette traffic. We were ranking for every single e-cigarette. I still didn't know what I was doing. I got a grasp, obviously, after we got to that stage of backlinks and how to interlink everything, but I wasn't very technical. I didn't understand half of the on-page stuff as I understand now, because it wasn't very relevant back then. The problem is because it wasn't very relevant, there were all these updates and changes. So we had 6 months of really, really getting into SEO and understanding and backlinking and just getting really into the algorithm, or so we thought. And then Panda hit. And when Panda hit, I woke up in the morning and what happened to my $2,000 morning check? It wasn't there. Where's my $2,000 wake up call? It just wasn't there. So I thought, here we go again. This is it. But at that stage, after learning and doing what you've done and ranking sites pretty easily and making the amount of money that you're making, seeing the potential there, at this stage, I definitely wasn't gonna give it in, right? So I started a few more affiliate sites, but it takes time to rank these sites. And in the meantime, we bought an agency called Noam Design, me and a partner, and we took it over. We built a bunch of websites and started getting into clients SEO. And as we were getting into clients SEO, we were hiring people to do the social management, to sign up to different WordPress sites and all that kind of stuff. And then all of a sudden the sites just weren't connecting. People were getting, the Tumblrs were deleting, WordPresses were getting deleted, all of our outsourcers were coming back to us, clearing cookies, clearing cache, clearing everything, and we were still having issues. And we couldn't really put our finger on it until we realized, okay, so Chrome have disabled this. They've changed a few things. They've moved around the way that WebRTC works. They've moved around the way that you're able to identify people. They used to have the thing up in the top of the browser that says, let us know your location. And this was all the way before everything was already GPS-ish, mobile, but it wasn't, and not everyone had a smartphone. It was already moving in that direction, but it just wasn't there. So we were getting accounts deleted, and to cut a long story short, we spent about $30,000-$40,000 on trying to come up with a way to keep everything separate and manageable, and we weren't able to find that. And my brother at the time was in the army, and he was working in an elite unit of programmers, and he said that he had this solution that he thinks would work, and he started working on this, and Browsio was born. And it just flew it just flew off the shelf, so to speak. It was the sort of the first of its kind where we were just separating profiles and personas at the time. And we've taken it to the next level where not only we profile, are we sharing, are we keeping everything separate. We've integrated now with browsers. I'm going to show, we're going to get to that in just a second. And Chameleon was born. So out of the need of having accounts just constantly getting deleted and unable to just manage them at scale, by luck, my brother happened to be living with me at the time, overheard, knew what the situation was, knew what the problem was, and were able to come up with a solution. And we've taken it further and further and further over the last couple of years. Last few years, we've been focusing specifically on the new brand. We formed the company. Again, I'm the CEO. Michael has been involved in project management. He runs a dental lab. He was actually an original client of mine. He's now the COO of Chameleon Mode. And David Price, he's our CTO. Again, he has all the skills that we need to take this to the next level. And he's the guy that is managing our team of programmers. And the platform, what it is, it's different than what it was in terms of the whole system is cloud-based. So we've created our own API, and we're going to talk about integrating that at another time with different area, the ability to open up a profile from the back. But there's no point talking about that right now. But that's for later discussions. But we have created our own API, so we're the only ones that currently have access to it for launching the profiles on the desktop and managing everything. So, you know, when you import all of your profiles, everything gets backed up. And when you click on a profile button, everything is all synchronized with the cloud. So it's very, very, very efficient. It's extremely light on system resources, and you probably won't even notice it is there. And we've done this because it's the kind of software that you really want to be using every single day. Most of the day, really, if you're doing tier 1 bookmarking, tier 1 backlinking, this is exactly what you're going to want to need. So what it is a secure browser, as you'll probably know already, an anti-detect browser built for SEOs in mind. And I believe we are the only one that is built for SEOs. There are a number of other ones who came up after us, and they based themselves off of one of the small, tiny little features that I'm going to show you shortly. But they do what they do. I'm sure they do it well. There's only so much that needs to be done when separating profiles. It is making sure that all the cookies, cache, and history is all separate in one sealed Chameleon container, so that WebRTC and there are no leaks and the canvas is unique. And I'm sure you all know most of this. Just clarifying and saying that that is what we do at the core. The core is where it came from. It came from just securing profiles, and that was it. And because when you're working with your profiles, you're generally, you're doing SEO, you're working with your profiles, you need to have access to them. So, we've added in along the way different features like the RSS feed manager, which allows you to do content, find content very, very quickly. Also the Google Prospector, social search and outreach. Rather than go through all of these features and bore you with any more text, I think we should probably open up the software. What do you think? Should we open up the software? You guys with me? Is anyone with me, or has anyone fallen asleep yet? No.
I didn't hear anybody fall out of the chair just yet.
Not just yet. Okay. Not just yet. Okay. So when you open up Chameleon, the first thing you get is your dashboard. Okay, let me just minimize this.
Yeah, we don't see that yet. We still see your.
Oh, hold on a second. Oh, I need to share. Oh, that's why. Okay, hold on. I shared. Let me stop this share, and then I'll share. I think I shared just the app. So let me do that. Because the username password comes up, and it's just annoying. And let me share just the screen, the desktop. Okay. And now, can you see the
Oh yeah. Yep. Now
All
we
right,
got it.
excellent. Can you see just the app, or have you got like anything, all of this, the webinar stuff? Is it obscuring anything,
No,
or is that just for me?
we've got the full app.
All right, cool. Because for some
We got the
reason,
full app. We got all the secret stuff that you're trying to hide from us as well. So.
oh, that, no, well, that's okay, as long as you can see all of that. All right. Okay, so this is the dashboard. This is when you, so we brought it to life. So it's not just a profile manager and a secure way to manage all of your SEO profiles, social media profiles, and personas, but it's also a way to keep track of everything that you're doing, whether or not you're doing outreach with websites, or you're doing forum marketing, or whether or not you're doing, you know, if you do, I mean, don't frown upon it. If your comment backlinks, they work if they're done right. Forum marketing, it's still very, very powerful, because, I mean, what is forum marketing? It's getting into relevant forums. A forum, let's say, about vaping, and you have a vaping blog and you're engaging with other vapors. As soon as they click on your link, they're going to come to your site and they're going to stay there. And that's what it's about. That's really, and that's natural CTR, right? So that is also, and plus you also get a nice backlink from a relevant forum along with that. So it's very, very powerful stuff. So this is the dashboard, brings everything together. You'll have your daily tasks that you need to do appear here. Currently, we only have the internal tasks that you can manage. So these are your own tasks that you're able to manage and set via the Outreach Manager, so that you can come back to them and go ahead and follow up with whatever it is that you needed to follow up with, whether or not it was an email follow-up for an outreach, or whether or not it was a forum follow-up because you wanted to make sure that you're commenting back onto this post that you made, or a comment so that you're commenting back, right? Because when you're doing, see, the thing is, when you're doing this, there's the tier 1 backlinks and there's the tier 2 backlinks. This is all for tier 1. Because when you have tier 2, you're spamming hundreds, thousands of backlinks, and they're all coming to wherever it is that they're going to be coming to. They're probably going to be coming to these blog posts and what have you. So when you've got an organized tier 1, a clean tier 1, and you're engaging in tier 1 on these forums, it becomes more powerful, becomes more authoritative. It's all about creating these profiles in a very, very niche specific way. So what this does, this helps monopolize on the biggest rank, what I believe is one of the biggest ranking factor, aside from the backlinks and all that stuff, which are always going to be the #1 most important thing. But for 2022, aside from backlinks, the most important ranking factor is topical authority. There's nothing to talk about. It's all connected to the schema, connected to the entities, connected to LSI. I mean, entities are the new LSI. So without getting too sidetracked on SEO and how all of that works, this helps you bring everything together. So each one of these profiles is a unique entity. So this demo account over here will go into the browser, and this is the custom Chameleon browser that we have built in. And this browser synchronizes with Chrome and Brave currently, and it will synchronize with Firefox and Edge in future. Again, we're still coming out of beta. This is a release candidate, so we're still not finished, right? There's a lot more to go in. So this profile over here is completely segmented. It's got its own unique canvas fingerprint and its own unique profile IP. And then, where is it? 1 second. Let me just grab browser leaks just to go over so that we can see. We have IP address, WebRTC is off, canvas fingerprint is unique, and WebGL is also off. Everything is disabled and keeping you below the radar. So there's absolutely nothing connecting any of the profiles, nothing connecting anything that happens to this individual computer as a whole. So, you know, when you're working with multiple profiles, let's say you wanted to get this one up here. This is a demo site that we've got as well. This is another demo, and we're going to get that one open. And then let's just say, whatever, that's fine. There's two over there that are open, right? So these are the favorite profiles. So you can favorite them and unfavorite them, and then favorite your favorite projects, your clients, your folders, whatever they might be. This is the dashboard. So the profiles, where all of your profiles actually live. The dashboard is where they all stay, where you put them, where you need quick access to them, where you can quickly access the calendar and all of the current projects that you're working on. Then the profiles is where everything is. So if you want to open up a new profile, we can do that very quickly. And we click up here in the top right where it says new profile. And what that does is it opens up and totally segments a new partition within the computer for a new profile, a new person, a new IP, port, username, password, completely new canvas fingerprint. It's spun everything up, unique and ready to go. And browser is now accessible and ready. And you can now open up this Chrome and this Firefox and this Brave just by clicking the button. We'll just do that right there. And it opens up with the URL that's there. Same thing with Brave. And synchronizes your sessions between Chameleon and the browser. So if, for example, you want to you want to do something in one of the browsers, and I don't know, every once in a while a site might not function 100% within our browser, that's not a problem, because you can let us know via support and we'll get it fixed. No, but in the meantime, you have full access to the same exact security as you have in Chameleon in your system browser. So if we go to browser leaks, we can see that we also have well, it's going to show my home IP here. I'd rather not do that right now. It's going to be a unique address. Forget JavaScript. WebRTC is off. And we've got a canvas fingerprint, which is all unique here. And this is in your system browser. So again, everything is shut off and sealed off on both the browsers and also the also Chameleon, so that in case for some reason you needed to quickly get access to a page or something, or if you want to just use another browser, it's there for you to use. The other thing worth mentioning is the way that we handle the Gmail and all of the logins is we prefer to always log in using the system browsers. So if for some reason or another you need to clear cache or you need to sign out within your Chameleon, you're still going to be always signed in your Chrome. So I can do a quick show over here. So if we go here, we see here that we're going to be. Let's just open up, make sure that we're logged in over here. Close those things down. Where's the Gmail? I can't see anything here. Because they got that thing on top. Oh, there it is. Okay. Multi-login apps. This is one of my PBNs. This is a demo PBN, a site that I've been messing around with, multiloginapps.com. You probably know multi-login app. So I've just got this multi-login apps where we're just reviewing all the multi-login apps. And it was just a demo site just to see, and it was all created within the last couple of, last 2 months, I think. Anyway, why am I here? Because I wanted to see if we're logged in. Yes, we're logged in. Okay, so as you can see here in Brave, we're logged in. So I'm going to close that down. I'll just make sure that we're logged in and we go to Gmail. Okay, excellent. So there we're logged in fine. I'm going to close this down. And then we're going to come here to Gmail. And we're going to be logged in. And then what I want to do now is I want to just clear my cache, because we've had, and I get rid of the smart get rid of, actually I'll leave Facebook. Gmail's out of there. Fine, that's good. And now, 1 second. I did the wrong thing. Clear cookies and cache. So now we've cleared the cookies and cache, and now we're logged out. So this will refresh, and it's going to see that we're logged out. So site uses cookies, okay. Now we're gonna go sign in. And when you go sign in, it'll recognize that you're not signed in, automatically launch either Brave, Chrome, Edge, or Firefox. It used to be Chrome. We turned that off for this phase, and then we've now got it working with Brave. But we're going to have the ability for you to choose in the settings, you know, whether or not you want to synchronize with Chrome or Google or whatever it is. And there you go. We've now imported and synchronized instantly all of the cookies and cache. So if something happens and for some reason you get logged out, or you're logged out, or you want to clear a cache of cookies or whatever within your profiles, we like to have the system browsers always there and able to just import the cache, import the cookies, so that you're just instantly there. No need to even log back in. I mean, there's always going to need every now and again logging in and logging out, but when everything is synchronized in this way, it's very, very minimal. That it almost never happens. It almost never happens. So while we're in the browser, if we are we come across, let's say, a site that we want to come back to, so we can go ahead and maybe I want to comment on this, maybe I comment on this and I wanted to come back to it. So I'll save this to the outreach, and I'll be like live, and this is social. So, well, it's kind of a forum, but it's not. We'll call that social, and then I can leave whatever notes that I want, and then I'll come back to that later, so that that's all saved for you in the outreach, so that you can come back and engage later on. So when you're in the browser and you come across a link, if you don't want to, if you just want to deal with it later on, that's where the outreach is for. It's different than the bookmark. We have bookmarks as well, so you can add your bookmarks into the Bookmark Manager here, and you have your bookmark folder. You have your global folders, which are going to be available, like this social folder. With these are available in all of the folders, and this one over here is also, this is a global folder, but this one over here was created just for this profile. Nothing was added to it, but that's just a profile, a personal one, just for this profile. So there's the two types. And then easy, quick access to all of your profiles. When you open this up, you get to choose which ones I'm not going to populate that, because I don't want to, not that anyone will, but maybe when it goes out, you know, so all of your information when you're signing up to forums and signing up to whatever it is that you're signing up to are all going to be there, easy for you to access and use. So if you need to manually log back into a site, you've got your automation tools that are doing their job beautifully, and maybe you need a verification, or maybe you need just to get into a site and do something manually, maybe you want to add a couple of extra comments, then that's where this is going to be able to come in really, really helpful, and engage on a manual basis. So content discovery. So what we've done here, again, we've separated everything, and we've also provided the basics of what every person who's doing content marketing or SEO needs, which is a way to find places, to find good content, and to find links. So this here is, for example, we call this the Prospector, and it has all these pre-defined footprints for you to go ahead and find places to go and do outreach and get backlinks. Forums, so if you want to engage in forums, it provides the footprint for you automatically. You can also add your own custom footprints here, for example. And from here, so let's just, for example, just do that. So we have one here that came up. We can save this forum to outreach for later, and then find a whole bunch of really good forums that we want to go ahead and engage with, and have them all organized for us so that we can come back to them and engage with them regularly. Everything is just there for you. No spreadsheets, no running around like a chicken without a head trying to remember where you posted that. Where did I do that? Oh, it was a great forum. Oh, it's a great post. It was a great comment. Tons of traffic on where, what. No. So now it's all organized. It's all here within your profiles. Then we have this, which is also going to help you find content. So we're going to do a search for marketing. And you can choose the last 24 hours. Let's do the last 24 hours, see what comes up. And I think I think I probably picked a really big keyword here. I shouldn't have done that. So yeah, it took a little bit too long. Yeah, look at that, 100 pages of this. So yeah, it was a mistake. I don't know why I did that. This was just in the last 24 hours. You know, the best way it's not Google. So the best way to work with this is get very focused with what you want. Let's say online marketing. I mean, that's still very broad, but I mean, 24 hours, we should be getting a little bit more focused and places to go and, you know, either videos or here we go. Okay, so this is something that's posted in the last 24 hours and not much engagement, but there you have somewhere, internet marketing. This looks like a great place to get a backlink. I think anyone can get a backlink from this place. And we've got this other place here, school. Well, anyway, so yeah, so this is connected to a huge social database. And if you're going to go ahead and do a little bit more, you'll probably find, let's just do that, let's say 3 months, and then you're able to then sort them by total engagement. So we've got online marketing here. It automatically will default to total engagement, I believe. So if you want to find most Facebook traffic, most Facebook engagement, you can order it by that. Save to outreach for later, or go ahead and research it a little bit further in the browser. Well, this looks like a great place to get a backlink from, come on. And then you save it for later outreach, further outreach. This looks like this is going to be a blog, right? David Leopard, put his name there, contact details, find his social stats, social networks rather, get your profile, your persona to befriend him so that when you get in touch with him, he remembers you. Find him on Twitter. What's going on over here? He's spamming me. Okay. Let's close that down. Anyway, so that's that part, and then now we've got the RSS, and this happens to be my favorite one. I don't know, it's just so robust. I mean, we've got RSS feeds, we've got Reddit that we can add in here, we've got YouTube that we can add in here. So if you want to find, this is the SEO Reddit subreddit. And you can quickly and very, very easily, again, save to outreach, or you can go and just go ahead and engage if you want to quickly engage. Boom, you're there. Oh yeah, we logged out because of that, and we didn't synchronize that back in. So we're logged out now. If you want to find the latest, most related Google news, and these are all added in. You add in the feeds yourself. And again, save to outreach, engage, or maybe I want to share this directly within this profile on Twitter, Facebook, curate it to Blogger, Tumblr, or wherever, Reddit, Buffer, so on and so forth. And then while we're here, the best thing is because you can go ahead and do multiple clicks, and you can bring, let's say, I don't know, we've probably got 50, 100, 200, 300 results. You can, depending on how fast your computer is, your internet connection, and so on and so forth. I'm getting a bit carried away here, but we've now got, I don't know, 10 or 12 or so RSS feeds in here. We want to get to the meat of it. What's the most popular on Facebook? There you go. Search engine journal. This is the one. 277 Facebook shares, 31 pins, 120 reactions, and then again, we can go a little bit more. Obviously, maybe get in touch with this guy, find him on Twitter, find him on LinkedIn, email the author and engage with him and ask him if outreach, right? So when you get to your outreach, right? These have all been now saved in the outreach. You've scheduled the reminders. This is where the reminders will then link back into the daily task list, the daily list of things that you got to do. So, you know, across all your profiles, everything's going to come up here. Back to the outreach. And then when we're here, so you're able to also, once you've done your little bit of research and you've found the guy's email, that's not his email, I've just put that there just to show for demonstration purposes. But once you found the email and the guy's name and you saved it in there, you then click send email, and this will then open up your template manager. So you can go ahead and pick from any of the templates that we're going to be providing, or create your own templates and then send. And then this will then connect to the email client that you have installed on your computer. You can have it obviously sent via any email account that you want, and then have follow-up emails also managed so that when you come back, so, you know, if you're doing this across multiple profiles, it can get a little bit hectic, which is why we developed this, because it was getting very, very hectic across profiles. So that, you know, you come here, you remember you need to go get back to that blogger hasn't got back to you, or, you know, that comment isn't live yet, or is it live, and so on and so forth. So that is the main parts of the app, the main features of the app. Once the profiles are opened and you're working with them, they get saved into this section here called the Open Browsers section. And this here allows you to get really, really cheeky if you've got, you know, multiple, if you know, what you like to do, depending on, you know, if you've got multiple clients you're working on, you didn't want to close anything down, you needed to do something, or if you're in one niche and you want to open up a few other pages with Reddit or Facebook or a group or whatever it might be, and sort of bump up some of the things that you're doing on these social networks, that's when this comes in very, very handy and very, very easy to do and work with, so that you can multitask across all the profiles, all the networks very, very easily. And each one of these, again, is a totally separate profile and entity. And then, without going into each one, the settings. And that's the, I think, the full demo. I don't think anyone wants me to bore them with the settings and how they work, but you can change out all of your proxies. We have a proxy credit system here where you can purchase residential credit, and it works within the app, and you're able to then very, very quickly switch out different countries, switch out different programs, and switch out just basically from this. You can do it on a project per project basis. So for example, if we're here, we go in here, demo, let's say I want to switch out all of the profiles, so I just click change proxies, and that will then take you to this profile's proxy system, and then you can just change them on an individual basis or on a bulk basis. And then you can always get in touch with us, excuse me, throat. Always get in touch with us via the website or the help center here, which will link you to the Facebook group support and website. So that's the app. There's more to come. I mean, I didn't cover the last two features, which are straightforward. I'll just go and show you right now. The last two features that are here, which helps with your curation and posting, is you've got YouTube Uploader, which allows you to upload directly here and then to YouTube, and then the Curator, which will then allow you with a WYSIWYG editor to upload your content directly to your. This is still being worked on. This is not going to be the final way that it looks. It's going to look quite different, but it's fully functional, and it's just in there because we're using it in order to quickly and easily post to our WordPress.com sites, and has self-hosted and non-self-hosted. So if we've got something we want to post quickly and not have to go through the logins and go to the profile and find everything in the browser, that's where this comes in. And you can add the file, the feature image, you can date it before and after, categories, tags, and excerpts. And I think I'm going to end the demo now and see if there are any Any questions? I mean, what are you guys thinking so far? I see a couple of chats, a couple of things in the chat. I was wondering if anyone has any questions about the system. So again, so what's all this about? I guess just to sort of bring it all together, you know, all of this features, all of this, you know, the integrated, the SMS API, which is actually really cool. I didn't show you that. I really like the way that that works. You know, we have a cookie limiter. So I'm going to make this to 500, and it tells you if your cookies need to be deleted or not, or just add some cache to it. And so here's the way that it works over here. Phone verification view. It's very cool, actually. If you come across a situation where you got one of your Gmails or your Googles or whatever it is, and they need a quick verification, then you have all these different services that you can quickly and easily use this system here to verify via. And you get the number, you put the number in, you get the code, it all comes here, all very, very streamlined, very, very quickly, very, very quick. And it's just a pleasure to use when and if that happens. Normally when signing up to new accounts is when you really need that. Or if you're importing and you haven't signed into accounts for a while, you might need to do verifications, but that's all normal stuff. Okay, so again, just to bring this all together, all of these features, and again, how this all sort of comes together from an SEO perspective, is that Chameleon is the tier one. Is the tier one guy. It's the tier one link builder that allows you to go in and create niche specific Web 2.0s, profiles that are highly targeted. That when I say niche specific, it's, you know, a lot of the automation tools that create backlinks, you're able to separate them, but you can't get back in there and make them look real. It's not as easy. I mean, you know, it is a task, and if you're going to be taking all of if you're going to be, you know, using automation tools like, I don't know, there's Seo Autopilot, for example, which is really the only one worth mentioning. It's the only one that still works. That goes ahead and builds links that actually get built. It has, you know, these kind of tools have a certain amount of control on the mass link building. But when you want to be pointing links to your money site, you really want to be focusing and making sure that the links that you're sending to your money site are very clean. So when I say very clean, I'm not talking about going out and just buying PBNs and spending money on age domains. That's for sure something that you're going to want to do, depending on your budget. But if you take, for example, a WordPress.com blog or a Blogger blog or something like that, and you build out a handful of those and you fill them up with very specific content specific to your niche, and that niche is connected to your your website, connected to your Web 2.0s. It's all sending the right kind of topical authority to your site, and it's giving you, and that is one of the most important one of the most important ranking factors for 2022 and probably beyond. It's been building up to this for the last couple of years. Schema is not a new thing, and entities are not a new thing. It's been around for quite a while, and I've been playing with a number of different tools actually to do with entities, and there are a couple of very interesting ones out there. On-page AI, just worth mentioning, from Eric Lancheras, is a very good tool. I've found it bring together the entities in a unique way that I haven't seen it being done anywhere else. Also, after testing it with a couple of sites, with a demo site that I've done, I showed to a couple of guys in our group a new site with this targeted profile creation, but targeted just topical authority, just creating using the idea of bringing a whole site together under one topic, right? So that's obvious, we know that. But then also making sure that the article is got the right connecting words, and it's sort of like, it's like LSI, it's the new LSI, but it works a little bit different because it all connects to everything that's happening off page more than ever before. So when you're bringing all of your off page topical authority to your on page topical authority, it all comes together very, very beautifully, and really, really helps with rankings. I'm sure I'm sure most of you probably know all of this. Just explaining how it could make it so much, how it's so much easier within Chameleon to just manage all of these tier 1 links, whether you're posting to the WordPress blog or whatever it might be. You're able to come in there, keep them all clean and organized, add the content, get your VAs to add the content. One thing that I didn't also cover because it's not available right now, it will be available, is the VA management. And the way that the VA management will work is that you'll give them a version and you click a couple of buttons on which profiles you want to share with them. And then you'll go ahead and create tasks using the task manager that we have on the dashboard. And then your VA will get access to the task that they need and the profiles that they need to be working on in their dashboard. And they go ahead and work on it. And you all have, and it's all synchronized on the server so that you don't have to send anything, you don't have to do anything. You just have to give them the app and they'll go ahead and do all of the work. I mean, ideally, that's really where you want to be going. You want to be, if you're I mean, I know most of you are seasoned SEOs, seasoned YouTube marketers, seasoned online marketers, so you're probably going to want to get to grips with it and then give it off to your VAs. But if you're just getting started, this is definitely something that you want to be focusing on yourself, so that you understand how to do it, how to do the outreach, how to find the content, how to do everything, so that you can pass it on to your VAs in the right way. So
yeah, that's one of the ones that I've been looking forward to, is that feature. There is a question here by Brian, and he asked, what is the Google Prospector? I believe he saw that on slide 5.
Oh yes, the Google Prospector, that is that basically connects to Google. It's in part of content discovery. And what this does is here, it allows you to put a keyword in, and without typing or putting in footprints, it automatically appends the footprint for you based on what you click down here. So if you're in the keto diet market, Nick, and you want to go find somewhere to get some comment backlinks, you go ahead and click the one that you want. You can also add your own for new platforms, current footprints that you might want, that you regularly use. You can add them there, and then they will appear here for you. You can also delete the ones that are there if they're not relevant to you, and customize that for yourself. And then when you click search, and so basically we added the keyword here, and then we click this down here, and that then appended up here this footprint. And what that footprint is going to now go to Google and provide a list of sites that would be related to, so intense debate, comment backlink, keto diet, health. So that's an EDU, that's interesting, it's an EDU site. We can go ahead and inspect that further. If there's even comments on this, could be they disabled the comments already, or maybe they're hidden somewhere, because I mean, this is an EDU site. And it will allow you then, if you have if you obviously have a list, it'll provide you with a list to go through, and then you'll be able to then find sites that are relevant to you. So it's the same thing here with the forums. So we'll then find forums that have got.
So it's creating high-powered backlinks.
Yeah, this is, yeah, I mean, that's what it does.
That's ultimately what it's doing.
It's showing you where you can create your backlinks, where you can go out and create the backlinks. That's exactly what it does. And same thing with the guest posts and blogs and roundups. So you put in your keyword here, it then queries Google, and you click search, and then you get a list of places where you can go get backlinks from.
Okay, awesome.
Directly. That's what that is. Yeah.
Awesome. That's so powerful. Guys, if y'all have some additional questions, feel free to drop them in here for us. This is such an awesome tool, Simon.
Yeah.
I mean, I use it. Wanting to get this on my for my VAs, for all the work that I've got doing. I just was talking to my VA manager, and I told him I want to hire another 6 VAs for a new project. And this is going to work out perfectly for managing all of the content and all the things I need them to be able to do.
Yeah, yeah, this is perfect for that. It's exactly why we built it. I mean, we got a little bit, I don't want to say sidetracked, but we focused on things that were a little bit more, a little bit easier to have ready for launch. And there were a few things that just need, from a design point of view, that needed to be implemented. So rather than get the designer back in, and that's the reason why our WYSIWYG editor hasn't been finished, is because the designer that had done all of the graphical interface for the site is on maternity leave, and we are just sort of waiting to get the last few bits of graphics in order to implement that WYSIWYG editor and also the outreach, so that everything, we don't want to have old horrible, parts of the old interface connect with the new. So we just went with what we were able to do without getting too much of the new design, with the design that we had. There were a few things missing. So that's basically what happened with that. So the Chameleon version, we have 4 different versions, but 3 versions that are only available via the website. And there's the Explorer, and there's the Champion, and then there's the Superhero. The Explorer, the difference is basically, as you go up, you get access to more profiles. So the Explorer is $69 a month, and you get 50 profiles, 10 RSS feeds. You also get the SMS Authenticator. That's the ability to connect via API for SMS. And then we add on to that for the Champion, you get just, more access to more profiles, more RSS feeds. And then we also have included in there access for the social search engine and the SEO Outreach Manager. And then the Superhero is $199 a month. And this is basically all of the Champion features with more RSS feeds and up to 350 profiles, and that includes the WordPress poster and also the YouTube uploader. So I pre-launched, because this is the first external webinar that we've done. So far, we've only had our current, our internal customers and people who we've been working with for many, many years, current customers that are people that are on my list, that have been upgrading, that have been purchasing. And this is the first external one. So we've got a really special offer for anyone who wants to jump on. The Superhero, you're not going to be getting the Superhero or the Champion or the 16 or the Explorer. You're going to be getting the Enterprise version, and the Enterprise version is going to be, after launch, it's not even available, but it's going to be available upon request. It's going to start at $399 a month. And that's going to have an unlimited cap for profiles, and you're allowed to have, everything is just completely unlimited. And because we're pre-launch and we are just coming out of beta, we've got a number of profiles and features that still need to be completed, that need to go in. We're going to be, it's a ridiculous offer. Michael said that it's a little bit too low. I said, listen, it needs to be just so that it's a no-brainer. I don't even want to use that word, but it is, because we've come from, I guess, a five years of development, 5 years. We're not going anywhere. We've been around for so long, as you will know, and I just want to give this sort of bonus to people who are coming on board now, coming on board early, without all of the features, with features that are still to go in. So we're going to be giving the Enterprise version at the price of the Explorer. So that's $69 a month for the Enterprise version. And you get absolutely everything. You're going to get all of the Champion, all of the Superhero features and more. And you also get all updates for life. And to make it even crazier, we're going to go ahead. This is only available for 100 people. So, I mean, we're not that crazy. We're not going to be selling thousands of these licenses. This is only available to 100 people. The first 10 will get a $20 off a month. So it brings it down to $49 a month. Make sure to put the pre-20 in. And then the first 10 users will also get 5 gigabytes a month access for 6 months. And then the next 20 users, we're going to be giving just 5 gigabytes bandwidth, just, because I feel a little bit bad. No, because I'm sure you're probably going to want as well. I'm going to give you a little bit something to everyone who comes on board, as long as you're within the first 30 people who purchase. And that's it. And the reason why we're doing this is because I really want to have I'd really love to get your feedback. I want to hear from new people who haven't been using it, exactly where you feel we could be adding things in over the next couple of months. This is exactly how we've worked for the last number of years. Always listen to our customers, exactly how and where we need to add things. And this is the product that we've got here for you, Chameleon Mode. So we still always love to hear. So yeah, any questions?
That's awesome. Simon, if you, first off, I told you that it was too low already.
I know.
And you went even further and you lowered it even more. I'm dead
I know.
serious.
I just
like
I
that
don't know
was a shock. Like to me, I'm not trying to give you bullshit sales thing that marketers typically do. I really didn't realize that. So everybody needs to send me a box of Krispy Kreme donuts at buys so I can at least feel good about the sell here. Brian, if you could drop in the link. I can't drop it in because you're the host. So for some reason I was disabled on sharing. So I dropped that into the host and panelist for you for chats in the chat box. You should see a bit.ly link. If you don't see that, I could reclaim host and post it.
Oh, hold on. There's a question here. Besides the footprint multi-browser benefits, this is all self-contained to create new profiles. Don't need any other tools. That's right. I mean, this is the only other tool that you would need is if you have to do phone verifications. I mean, we have the API that it's connected to, but that's it. It's connected to an API. You sign up, add your API, and then you have ease of use from within the app. But other than that, everything is self-contained. That's correct.
That is true. All right, guys, hang on a second. Let me, there we go. All right, so here's the link for everybody. Everybody should be getting that now on chat. Sorry, I stole the host back from you.
Oh, okay, no problem.
So there's the link right there, guys. Just click that and you will get his special deal. Let's see here. Brian says, wow, what an awesome tool. Absolutely is there, Brian. Someone anonymous said, how much is the 5 GB per month after 6 months?
It's also nothing really, negligible. It's $19 a month. You can't get these are residential proxies. Again, you can't get access to residential proxies for under, I think, $100 a month. I think.
Oh, at the very minimum, I paid.
At the very minimum, and that's for like 2 gigabytes. I think this is 5 gig at $19 a month. So we've got a really good deal with our provider.
Is plenty, unless you're watching YouTube videos all day long.
Yeah.
So you guys will not even touch that. He also says, what other expenses for each gigabyte per month if you're not getting the 6 months?
Well, you can use internally. You can sign up and just it'll automatically get bumped into your account. So if you run out, you can sign up within Chameleon there, and it will give you access to. It will just automatically update in your account.
Okay, awesome. That's great. Any other questions? Drop them on in here. Don't be shy. Brian says, which option do we select to subscribe?
Oh, just select at the right now, because I had this issue. We've just made everything go through to the same one. So just click purchase, buy any of them, and it'll take you through. And there's only one option for all of them. There's 3 options, but they all take you through to the same link, because I had people sign up to the wrong one, and then I had to refund and then re-sign them up, and it was all messing with things. So everything is just going to the same link right now until we get to launch, or until we get to that 100 customer, and then we're going to change things around.
Yeah, and guys, I don't like to say this, but I'm seeing the sales rolling in, so you better use that pre-20 if you're don't be sitting on the fence here. Don't be playing a guitar like Simon's is hanging on the wall behind them. All right.
Don't
But
be
you can play,
strumming.
but afterwards.
Exactly. You can strum away after that. I'm surprised on that. That's rolling in really quickly there, Brian. Darn you for
Oh
lowering.
wow, yeah. There's not, and
I
it's almost
can't
like
believe you put another 20 off on that. Son of a gun.
most people. It's like everyone is on the call is probably going to get it. I think by the looks of
Yeah,
this.
I'm sitting there going, yo, that's not cool, Simon.
I'm sorry. I'll make it up to you. I will make it up to you somehow. There'll be
I
a
would say
way.
Krispy Kreme donuts, but it will take a week to get here from Israel. So forget it. They would be hard enough to knock my neighbor out if I throw it out a window at them. So, okay.
Oh wait, about the bandwidth. You need to get onto support. Come to the website. What's it called? ChameleonMode.com. And there'll be a chat on the bottom right-hand corner on the site there. Just make sure to put your email and let us know you just picked up Chameleon Mode and you want access to the bandwidth, and we'll have to do that manually. So that's going to take, it'll take a day or two to get that bandwidth added on. I can't do that. It's the tech guys that need to do that. And it was just, I'm going to get it. I got it from Michael, and I'm going to get it from my tech guys, because there's nothing set up for me to even be able to give this away. I just know that they can manually do it. And that's why also one of the reasons why I limited it to the first 10 and then 20, because I do want people to have the ability to just get going with this instantly without having to worry about adding bandwidth and all that kind of stuff right now, especially customers of Michael's. So that's the reason why I was really wanted to get that added in. Even though it's going to be a pain. So it's limited for that reason. And let me know via the site chat that you've purchased and that you want and that you need access to the proxies, and then we'll get that set up for you.
Yeah, definitely. I see here, is there a coupon for the extra $20 off the first ones? That's the pre-20.
Sorry. The way that it works is it's only, there's just no way to do it. You can either have $20 off the first one and nothing else, or the first one full price and then the rest for life $20 off. That's for some reason how it works in Pay Kickstart. There's no other way to do it.
Okay. Yep. So make sure
or not for life. I mean, this was the best option in the long run. It is $69. Sorry, I should have mentioned that it doesn't show $69.49. It shows $69. It's applied. The first one is $69, and then from then on it's $49 left.
Okay, gotcha.
Something else in the chat. Okay.
There we go. Awesome. Yep, so I dropped that in the chat, everybody. Another link there. Getting lots of requests here. And the train is still rolling. It's rolling on there, Simon.
Yeah, we're gonna have training as well. We've got already training case studies that I've got put together that I've got an affiliate SEO case study that I'm working on right now, and I just uploaded it. Haven't uploaded it to the members area yet. It's just sort of when people are getting going. I'm gonna mention it. It's actually a really great little tip. So when you're starting out and you're getting your sites off to, oh wait, you can't see this. Okay, so never mind. You don't have to see it. It's fine. It's just a screenshot of a Google Search Console of a site that's about 3 weeks old, and it's already appearing in search for 147 keywords. And some of these keywords, I've got searches of between 1,000 and 30,000 searches. So I've done this consistently with every new site we've built for the last who knows how long, to get it off to a beautiful roaring start. So for those of you who are still here, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I did say I was going to give a little bit of a bonus at the end, and this is one of the bonuses. And I see so many people have already picked up Chameleon, so I had 2 or 3 different ones. I wasn't sure which one I was going to say, which little tip. So it's going to be this one because now most of you do have Chameleon. So what it is you can go ahead and you all know about CTR and how important CTR is. But when you get a site new, you've just purchased a domain, a brand new site, there's no CTR that you can really do to a brand new site. You could you can share on social, and and if you're a new site and you go viral, then that's cool. And if you're not a new site and you don't go viral and you're an affiliate site and you get all this Google are just going to know, and they're just going to know, and you're going to get instantly not just sandboxed, but Google's just going to put a black mark on your website for a while until you get out of that. So aside from setting up social profiles, which is definitely the best way to get started, aside from setting up social profiles, like I'm not talking about going and spamming social, I'm talking about for a brand new site, aside from, just setting up a Facebook, setting up a Twitter, setting up a Pinterest account, a Blogger, a WordPress, a Gravatar, setting up all of these little social entity, these little social sites. These are the first steps. And even before the first step, and this kind of stuff, that stuff is just going to send the signals. It's not going to rank you. It's just going to tell Google, oh, okay, cool. These guys are social. These guys are real. It sends the right kind of signal. But what we do is we connect every new site directly to Google Search Console, and we connect it directly to Google Analytics. And the reason for that is to show Google the traffic in a very direct way. So we'll go ahead, and the first post that I did was a post on some long tail keyword that didn't exist. I made it up because I just wanted to rank for it, because I wanted to send the signal. So the first time I did it, I did a quick search. It came up, I think it was about 3 days after I put the site up, it came up. And then as soon as I did that, I clicked on it. It was on page 2. I clicked on it and it appeared in the Google Search Console. Obviously, the very, very first test that I did was to see if it would even appear in the Google Search Console, to see if it would even appear as a live person on Google Analytics, if it would appear as traffic. So obviously it's appearing as traffic. So we could start playing a little bit here. So a brand new site, I mean, I could imagine would get a handful of clicks, if that, maybe, generally nothing, but it could get one on the off chance that some random keyword got searched for and it popped up. So when you're setting up your site, not day one, because, it's got to get indexed, you got to get it all a little bit, ready, about page, privacy, got to get it normal, add a nice theme, get it optimized as best as you can. So the first couple of articles that you add, you just find a long tail in there that doesn't exist, that you make up, and then you get it indexed via Google Search Console. And then you do a quick search for the keyword that doesn't exist, and then you click on it, and that just starts sending it puts together the Google index, a click, Google Analytics, Search Console for the first official, boom, okay, we're here, we've clicked, we're now part of the system. And then it's just a matter of not really messing around with too much when you're getting started with any of this stuff. This is the CTR and all that stuff you guys all know about. Not going to even talk about that. Michael's tools are just unbelievable when it comes to CTR. So, once the sites have been built up, that's when you're going to want, after you're starting to get traffic, after you're starting to get a little bit more authority, you've built up a few Web 2.0s, you've sent a couple of the right social signals to the site. It's been about a month, 2 months, and you're starting to get a little bit of real traffic, then okay, then you can start plugging it in. But to expedite that, to get as quickly as possible to that stage, this is the way to do it, is to build out separately, to have everything very, very topically connected, and make sure that Google and make sure that Google are watching by connecting your site. And you can always disconnect it later on if you want to, for whatever reasons that you might. But when you get going, the best thing you want to do is connect it. And we found that to be a really, really effective way just to get any kind of a brand new site, no history whatsoever, off to a really good start. And I can share that video. I'll share that video that I did because I even blocked out the keywords and the domain and the name for my guys, because I didn't want anyone searching for it. I didn't want it to manipulate anything. But I'll go ahead and I can go. I'll go ahead and get that. Where is it? I have it here. Let me see if I can send that in the chat. Michael can see how that worked. 1 second. Let me just find that video. Case study, 3-week-old affiliate site. Oh, hold on. URL. Where is it? Okay. Where is my members area here? Vimeo. Oh, I'm not logged in. That's why. And I will just. My goodness. Where is? You know what? I'm just going to go into the Skype Mastermind and get the link out of there because I shared it in there. It's easier. I don't know why I can't find it on Vimeo right now. Here it is. Just pop it in here.
You know, when you want something done, it it's like pulling teeth.
Okay,
I can totally relate on finding links and everything.
I know. So here we go. This is to. Okay, this goes to everyone. All right, cool. Here you go. There's a Vimeo link. It goes over the what I just explained in terms of getting a brand new site started with a little bit of clicking around and a little bit of a tiny bit of manipulation, tiny little bit, just to send the signals that are needed. So let me know what you think of that video, guys, after you've watched it.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome. Case study on an affiliate site in 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's it. It's just the traffic, just getting traffic going there. And since posting that, you'll see it had 109 keywords on that video, I think. And I have this screenshot here that you can't see from, this was, I think, 2 days ago that was posted. 2 days ago, I have, we've got the screenshot here, 147 keywords that are popping up now. And these are all buyer keywords. I've showed I've got the what have you, let me get that chat and add that in. Anyway, for some reason I can't add a screenshot in there. But yeah, these are all buyer keywords, best. Every keyword is, well, not every, but a lot of them have got the word best in front of them. So these are money keywords with searches all popping already on page 3, 4, 5. I've got, I mean, I actually, sometimes I amaze myself. Like, I don't understand sometimes how, like, it's so weird. Sometimes, you know, you just get sometimes, you know, sometimes a site performs so much better than another one, and there are all these different reasons for it and whatever it might be, but I think the main difference on this site is really focusing in on just the topical authority, using all of the entities and having everything optimized on page, and then literally tiny bit of CTR, using a couple of personas just to send those signals, and not even backlinks. We haven't even started backlinking yet, meaning it's just social. It's just the social profile, one social profile. I think that's it. I haven't even had a chance to fill out the social profiles for this one. It's just connected to a persona. And I think that's it. Just the fact that it's connected to a separate entity, a separate persona, it's sending enough of an authority ranking signal to Google to start sending. I wish I could, why can't I guess because it's not in Google Drive, you could only share something on Google Drive. There, can't I? Anyway, fine. What is this? No. Maybe in Q&A. Oh, how many profiles? That's a question. How many social profiles did you use for that affiliate site? I used 2 or 3. That's it. And we have, yes, we have training on creating the profiles in, I think that's in the members area. When you sign up, you get an email, and it should have instructions on how to get everything set up, along with the training link with all the setup links, and then all of these sort of strategies that we don't want everyone else hearing about. They're all going to be on hidden links in Vimeo, in the members area of Chameleon Mode. So if there should be, you should get a link with the members area information as well. If you don't, let me know. Get on site support and chat there, and we'll get that sorted for you, and we'll get it sent out with your username and password, so you can get access to that persona management and how to get set up right with your personas. I think we create an account, we create a social persona, we create a Gmail account, and just go through all of the best practices. That's all there ready in the members area. All right.
Awesome. That's great. Any other questions? Simon, what are we going to do when I email out for this? And we've sold almost the full amount on the pre-20.
Well, that's what happens when you don't come to webinars.
Man,
I don't know what to say. I mean,
you are bad. You are.
I mean,
bad. I love it.
there's, yeah. Listen. I mean, maybe we can. I mean, listen. Listen, for the first 100 people anyway. You get access to the that price at 69. Maybe we'll keep. Maybe what we can do is we can go a little bit past 100, so that everyone at least gets. Well, the truth is we are gonna have the $69 a month deal up until we go to launch, and maybe one or two other webinars that I'm gonna do. Closed webinars, not very public, just like this one, a handful of people, just to sort of, a couple of people that have asked me as well. They'd like to show their users the tool. So what we'll do maybe is we'll provide maybe another discount, but instead it'll maybe be $10 off for maybe a handful of people as well, just so that you shouldn't totally feel like you missed the boat, even though you did. So maybe there's something. Maybe we could do that. We'll see if people really need that and want that, then we'll talk. But generally, that's what it is. I mean, yeah, it's always better on the webinars. You get to have your questions answered right then and there. And I guess if no one else has questions.
Yeah, Brian, what's your support email address? Brian would like to email you on support.
Oh, just support@chameleonmode.com.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay. You can email, or you can on the chat. Either way, it all gets organized in the same place over here. Okay, no problem. Excellent. Welcome aboard, everyone who came. And Brian will get that sent out to you. And anyone else who has an issue with the member area for the website, just hit us up on support, email us, or just better than emailing is to get onto site support. We have a live chat there. If it's during the right time, we'll be able to get right on and help you. Otherwise, email is a little bit longer because it's not live chat support. So we've got that live chat support on the site. Right now it's 10:30 at night over here, so there's no one on. So
all right, Simon, yeah, it's getting late there for you, man. So we're gonna let you go. Guys, thank you so much for coming in. Simon, thank you for coming in.
Pleasure.
This and for creating such a great tool, because I know for myself, I'll be using this for my own team.
Excellent. You're welcome. Pleasure. I use it every day myself, and everyone who's joined us today, welcome aboard. And we'll see you in the groups.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Simon.
You're welcome. Pleasure. Take care.
All right. Cheers. Bye.
Bye-bye.